Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're diving into a detailed comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 in 40mm and the Galaxy Watch 8 in 44mm. So if you're torn between the two sizes and wondering which one is right for you, this video will help you clear things up. We'll take a close look at the design, the battery life, and especially at the display, and most importantly, how these two sizes feel on your wrist. So whether you've got a small wrist or you're all about getting a big display, let's break it all down and find out which version of the Galaxy Watch 8 suits you best. By the way, like always, you will find the link to the smartwatches down below in the description. Let's start with the design, the dimensions, and the price. Both 44mm and the 40mm Galaxy Watch 8 models share the same sleek and minimal design language. Both watches are only 8.6mm thick, that's 1mm thinner than on the Apple Watch 10 or the Galaxy Watch 7 from last year. And that's one of the biggest reasons why this watch feels so great on your wrist while you're sleeping, working, or just sitting around. Something else that feels good on your skin are the straps. Now I can only share my thoughts about the sports straps since those are the only ones that I have, but these ones feel very good on your skin. It is not itching while you're working out, they got a clean and smooth top side, and on the bottom side you will have that soft wave pattern. Now there's actually no difference between the two sizes right here. You can take the 22mm strap from the 44mm version and use it on the 40mm one and vice versa of course. Both also come with the same quick release button on the bottom side. Now in terms of size, the 40mm version measures approximately 43 by 40 by 8.6mm and weighs in about 30 grams without a strap. The 44mm model comes in at 46 by 44 by 8.6mm and weighs around 34 grams. But trust me, the 4 grams difference is not noticeable. So yes, the 44mm is definitely larger and slightly heavier, but still super comfortable for daily wear. If you have slimmer wrist or just prefer a more compact feel, the 40mm might be a better fit. Now speaking of the screens, let's talk about the display. The 40mm Watch 8 features a 1.34 inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 438 by 438 pixels. The 44mm version steps it up to 1.47 inches and you got a resolution of 480 by 480 pixels. Now both displays are stunning, vibrant colors, deep blacks and excellent brightness for outdoor use. They are also protected by sapphire crystal glass for extra durability. But having that larger 1.47 inch screen on the 44mm definitely gives you a bit more breathing room, especially if you like reading notifications and navigating maps on your watch. Now let's check out the prices right quick, and there's actually a pretty big gap between the different models. As you might know, there's a Bluetooth version, which I have right here, and there's an LTE version, and then you also got the 40 and 44mm version. Now the 40mm will range from 380 to 430 euros, and the 44mm model will start at 410 and goes all the way up to 460 euros for the LTE version. So we are basically talking about a 30 euro price difference between the two Bluetooth models. Now one of the most interesting parts is if you get any differences in the amount of text on the display. So I made sure to use the same font size, and I can tell you right away that there is a difference. And let's start with the biggest one, and those are your emails and messages. Now starting with the reply options, you see that there is one extra option available if you're using the 44mm one. I mean, you kind of see the last one on the 40mm one, but not all the way. So there are 6 options on the 44mm Galaxy Watch and about 5.5 ones on the 40mm one. Once you get a message and before you tap on it to read it, you already get an extra line of text. There are 3 lines of text on the small and about 4 on the big one. And then when you tap into the message, you again get 1 extra line of text. There are about 8.5 lines of text on the 40mm Galaxy Watch and 1 more on the 44mm one. And the same goes when you receive emails. Now as for your tiles, they seem to be somewhat the same, only if you have a second app on a tile, you see a tiny bit more on the bigger one, but you really have to look close for this one. The health apps like your heart rate are 100% the same, and you get no differences right here. Your watch faces also look the same, and your app drawer as well. When you open up the system settings, you do get a little bit more text on the bottom end, but it's really not that much. And then in your different settings, they mostly look the same. I could only see some differences in the security and account settings. I also checked some apps like Google Play Store, and this one has no significant differences, just some minor ones, and the same goes for Spotify and your telephone contact list. So overall, you can say that the only real differences are when you get messages, emails, or other notifications. Now let's get into the battery life, which is one of the biggest practical differences between the two models. Now the 40mm Watch 8 is powered by a 325 mAh battery, and the 44mm version has a larger 435 mAh battery. Now Samsung says that both smartwatches have the exact same battery life, even though both have a different size. So they should last about 30 hours if you have the always on display mode toggled on, and about 40 hours if the AOD mode is toggled off. Now in real world use, it's actually a little bit better sometimes. The 40mm Watch 8 typically lasts about 32 to 36 hours on a single charge with moderate use, 1 hour of GPS workout, the adaptive brightness turned on, and some notifications. And the always on display mode is also toggled on. The 44mm model definitely doesn't last as long as Samsung states. It can stretch to around 38 hours on normal usage with a few notifications and 1 GPS workout per day. With light use, you might even push it to the 2-day mark. If you toggle the always on display mode on, it will last for about 28 to 30 hours depending on the usage, which is pretty close to the 30 hours that Samsung mentioned. Now these watches have to learn your usage patterns over a couple of days, and they have to get adjusted to you. So these numbers could be a little bit different in a few days from now, but these are my results after 2 days. Both watches support fast wireless charging, and you can expect a full top up in about 80 to 95 minutes depending on your charger and your usage during the charging. Now what about the performance and the specs? Here's the interesting part. Both the 44 and the 40mm Galaxy Watch 8 are powered by the exact same hardware under the hood. That means Samsung's new Exynos W1000 chipset, 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage, perfect for apps, music and even offline maps. So in terms of raw performance, app support and features, there's no difference between these two sizes. You get the same fitness tracking, the heart rate monitoring, sleep tracking, blood oxygen monitoring, and new Galaxy AI features like stress insights, personalized fitness coaching, and enhanced recovery metrics. Both models also feature Bluetooth, optional LTE variants. You got dual frequency GPS, NFC for Samsung Pay, and 5 ATM water resistance. Alright, so far we've covered the size, the display, battery life and the performance. But there's one more important area to discuss, and that's the comfort and the daily wearability. This part really comes down to personal preference and wrist size. If your wrist measures under 16 centimeters, the 40mm Watch 8 will likely feel more balanced, especially for all day wear or sleep tracking. If your wrist is over 16 centimeters, the 44mm Watch 8 won't look or feel oversized, and you will benefit from the bigger display. For context, I have a wrist size of about 19 centimeters, and I definitely prefer the bigger 44mm version. It's like the perfect size for my wrist. The display really doesn't look too small, and I mean the 40mm could work out for some people, but I would definitely go with the 44mm Galaxy Watch 8. By the way, why don't you leave a comment and tell us your wrist size and which model did you choose? This would help everyone that is watching this video to make a better decision on the size, and it would also help me creating better videos. So here's the bottom line. Go for the Galaxy Watch 8 40mm if you want a compact, lightweight smartwatch, ideal for a smaller wrist. Choose the Galaxy Watch 8 in 44mm if you prefer more screen space and more text on your display. Both offer the same core features, performance and software experience. So you're not missing out on anything no matter which size you choose. Alright, that's it for the detailed comparison between the Galaxy Watch 8 40mm and 44mm. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. And I guess that's it. So I will see you in the next one. Peace!